What's up? You're welcome back to my channel. This is Azi Graphics. In this particular tutorial, we're teaching you how you can easily create this simple flyer design in Pixellab. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, please kindly subscribe because I'll be sharing useful content on how you can create amazing designs. Alright, so without any further, let's just go straight. So I'll just hide this. Now, the background I'm making use of is white. So the design is actually very simple. Very simple. Now, one thing about designs is that just for it to communicate, have the message you're passing out, and pass out that message very clear. So the next thing, I'll just come here and bring in this my flower, then reduce the opacity to 50. So when I just stretch it out, let me just use relative size, just make it 100. Let me also make this one 100. So I'll just come here, position it like this. Alright, so I can still go further and reducing it anyway, but so I'll make it like this. So this is how it is now. See the way my background, the feel is given to my background. So I'll just bring this lady and put it here. So I'll just increase her size a bit, position her here. Okay, now there's something I want you to notice about the image size. Now you see one side is not kind of equal, so I'll just use my height to kind of balance it. Alright, so this is, I'll still reduce the size a bit. Okay, now we have this. Alright, so I will now easily, let's bring the other one. So the other one is kind of bigger. Alright, so we have this. I can now just come here and lock this. Alright, so the next thing I'll be doing is just come to my color filter, then give the contrast about 15, the brightness just 10. So you can see the color of the lady has actually, her skin colors just popped out. So the next thing, I'll just come here, I'll bring in shape. Now, okay, I'll be showing you how to, there's this HDR effect. So in case you don't know how to make use of it, I'll just position this one here. And I'll change the color to black. Then opacity to 70. Then I'll lock this. Alright, so I'm having this guy. So the next thing, I'll just come here, bring in my text, and just highlight this, everything. Just paste. Alright, so I'll just reduce the size a bit. Then I'll make it sure it is aligned to this side. So I can still reduce it to about 50, maybe let's use it, but I'll change the typeface to Montserrat regular. Then I'll change the color to black. Okay, so I can now gladly position my text here. So let me just make use of my grid. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I'll just do is, let's hope she can see my wish show. Okay. Alright, so the next thing now I was contemplating when I was doing this design, I was contemplating on either, let me just copy this one, make it, no, let me come to edit, increase the size a bit, then just move it somewhere around here. Okay, so I'll just change the color to white instead. Then I'll just take it to the back. Then just come to relative size, unlock this and just the width, stretch the width out. Alright, so I can just come here and so we are now. The reason I'm actually doing this one is because of my text. So you know what, the best thing is to just make it very visible. Okay, now we can just come here and reduce the opacity to 70. So then I'll just bring in my text. Alright, so this is, but you know what, I'll just come here, come to this, the two of them, come to this one, just scale it up a bit. Now I'm not going to like this. Oh, alright, but let's just go ahead with our design anyway. We're done with this. Let me just pause this video here. So I've adjusted the text, the shapes a bit. So the next thing, I'll just come here and give it a bit of line spacing. But I'm kind of okay with the space, of my, but I just want it to just be fit inside my text, my box. So I just tap on this, then just put November 23, 23rd of November. So I'll change the color to white, then I'll change the font to bold. So I'll just increase it. So I'll just position her here. Use my grid. I love being perfect. Okay, now we have this one. So the next thing is I'll be making use of a particular typeface, which is I'll copy this autograph. Happy birthday. Alright, so I'll just position it here. Then let me just give it a bit of spacing. So I will just change it to autograph. Then I'll change the color to black. Okay, have I given it padding? Okay, since autograph is not having problem, so I can just maybe turn my typeface to 40, then just increase. Now you can see, but my happy birthday is not that really clear, but still okay. It's okay by me anyway, but it's not that clear. So you just use a particular font that is very clear, but it's not that really clear. So I have to just change the typeface. Use a kind of script font that is clear. I guess I have to just to stroll long, but let's just see. No, I don't want this one. Let me use this stock. Alright, so I don't want to extend this video. Let me just stick with autograph. But autograph is not looking good for my design. So let me just use one of these, my default script fonts in this, my Pixellab. Okay. Let's see. Let's just try this one. So if I'm to use this one, definitely I have to just reduce the size of the lady. I have to reduce the lady's size. Use her a bit. So is either I just put it, let me just position it here anyway. So the next thing is the name of the girl. Just come here and copy. So I'll just come here and paste a name. Then align it to this particular side here. So then I'll just change the font to, let's try bold. So I'll just use my hand to reduce the size. But it's already flying anyway. So my hand is not going to work because my text seems to be flying. Now you can see now my eye seems to be invincible. Well, I think I can just gladly leave my text like this. The lady was just drawing my attention to the fact that she's now married, that I should put the name of her husband. So let me just come here and think but it's quite okay like this. But if I'm to move it this direction, the eye is not showing. So I just thought of, you know what, for this eye, let me just make it visible. Okay, then I'll just make it white. So I don't know if it's kind of okay, but I'll just come in, I'll save. Wow, this design was not supposed to take more than 8 minutes. I've taken about 13 minutes. All right, so that is everything for this particular one. So if you have any other thing you want to add, just spice it up. But I love it to be very, very simple like this. So I can now just gladly go to Snapseed. Click on plus. So bring in this image to my canvas. So, all right, I'm having this. I'll just come to accentuate. Now it's loading. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Now I'll come to view edit. So I'll come to tune image. You can see the saturation on her is too high. On her face is too high. So what I'll be doing is just come to edit. Then I'll reduce the saturation to about 15 or 10. I'll just use my hand and so let me just drop it at. So you can see that I've actually reduced it a bit. So I'll click back to the curve. If not, those effects are not going to show. So now, I wanted to do something as regards the HDR skip. So I'll come here, click on this HDR. So I will kind of increase my filter strength a bit, but it's kind of okay this way. Just use my hand to increase the filter strength. But the option I wanted to try is people. Let's see. let's just go with now. Let's see. Okay, let me reduce it. Let me go with people. All right, so I will just click on this mark, then click back to the curve. All right, so I'm done. I can now export. Now, if you don't like the way the image is looking, probably because of the HDR effect, anyway, if you want to keep it simple, don't make it shouty, we can just still go back, come to this particular side here, and just, no, not structure, come to tools, come to tone. We'll just come here and reduce the saturation. Now you can see the saturation being fading out. It is making my design look, still making it look, but it's still keeping the HDR effect there. So this is how it was. This is after, before and after. But if I don't want, I want to keep it without this. All right, so I can now just come here and, just save the one I want. So it's your choice. Just click on export and save. So it's your choice. You can either save it using any of those effects. All right, so that's all for this video. We'll see in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.